Good evening, everybody, and welcome back. Sammy here at Sammy J Stitches, here for my official Stitch Mania 2019 plans video. So I have quite a bit to show you. Not all of this is going to make it into Stitch Mania, so just be aware that this may be a longer video. I'm going to try and go as quickly as possible without feeling rushed or like I don't want to make this video. So my plan is to do what is commonly referred to as the Blimey Cat method. Blimey Cat is the Instagram handle for Brittany Church of Ingleside Imaginarium. I believe she also has an Ingleside Imaginarium Instagram now. So what she, when she did Mania the second year, she decided that if she started a project for Mania and did not finish it in the course of the year, then it would get worked on the day of its the day it got started. And then if she finished the project, that would leave an open spot. So that's essentially what I'm doing currently. I have to go in and check, but I'm pretty sure I have 19 open spots this year. Either because the cat is going to knock the tripod around. No, either because I finished the project that was worked on that year, or I never started a project on that date for whatever reason. Of course, he has been laying over there for the last 2 hours while I've been getting ready for this video just fine. The moment I start talking, he's right here in my lap. So, when it comes to those 19 projects, and his hair is everywhere. When it comes to those 19 projects, I have all my current kitted projects on a decisions roulette wheel, and I'm just gonna spin at the beginning of my shift. Work on it till, well, I'll work on my Heaven and Earth design every day for 90 days. And then I'll pull out the new start, work on it till midnight, and then pull out a whip from midnight until I go home. If I'm home, I'll probably just do the new start because, yeah, just not as much time here. Go on. So, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you everything that I currently have kitted, which is way more than 19, but is stuff I've never showed before. I don't think so. And then, I will go over what I still have left over from last year that will get worked on, and then we'll be good to go. So, today is April 18th, so, it's rapidly approaching. If my cat does not quit distracting me, I'm going to have to start this video over. So, and I do not have the cover pages for all of these projects. I will try and remember to insert pictures on the ones that I don't. Some of them it's just the pattern, so I'll kind of hold it back here. You're not going to be able to make out the symbols. So first things first. This one is Stitching Pox. I don't know if you could see that. Got a little bit of a glare from my light. But anyways, it says Stitching Pox, extremely contagious, no known cure. I should have pulled the actual, I think I have the actual thing there. I'm going to be stitching this on, oh, I don't have it written down. Bad me. Okay, I know it's Weeks Dye Works. I want to say grape. 32 count linen. So, it's a very beautiful, rich purple. And you know, I'm going to brag on my camera here for a second. I tried so hard to get a good picture of this fabric when I first got it, because I'm also using it on a Harry Potter piece that I have. And look how perfectly it shows up in that camera. Just absolutely perfect. I mean, that's about as true to life as it gets. So, and I already have the threads for this one on the card. So, I mean, it's ready to go. Some of them I'm going to have to put threads on the card as they come up. Some of them still need, like, I have to trim fabric, serge fabric, things like that. Next is Here Lie My Needles by... Yeah, these pictures aren't going to do anything for you. By Shakespeare's Peddler. And let's see. I have these project records in here. I'm going to show you this one because I actually have it filled out. And as long as I have it filled out, I can give you all the information. So, Here Lie My Needles by Shakespeare's Peddler. I have the stitch count. It's on a 32 count linen, colors Hoffman Special by R&R. I've never stitched on R&R before. I bought this from Michelle Bendy Stitchy, and I'm interested to see if it makes me like linen any better because it's a more firm linen, maybe. Nice sandy color. I like the color, so. And then I do have all the colors kitted up for Here Lie My Needles, which I really need to do because I've been breaking needles left and right lately. Oh, I need to put the project records back in there. All right. Next we have Bunnies Galore by Buttercup Designs. I believe I kitted, yeah, the bunnies in the basket, which is the bottom one there. These are by Buttercup Designs. I've decided I love everything she does. It's amazing. I've never stitched her stuff yet, but I have several in here because I'm anxious to stitch it. Now, y'all know me. I don't typically go with very basic fabric. I don't typically go with anything called for. So you'll just have to see how it turns out when I start stitching it. This is 28 count Lugana with the gold going through it. The colorway is Ophelia by Under the Sea Fabrics. You can actually kind of see the sparkle in there. I love Ophelia, is one of my favorites. I like the pinks and the yellows. So. There's that one. All right. Next, I'm going to have to... Okay, so when I was printing the cover of this, I didn't have my pattern with me, and apparently I only scanned in the pattern itself, not the cover. And so I went to find one, and this is how it printed. That big. You can't even see it. So I went through and found my actual pattern to be able to pull up and show you. It's got a little sticky note on it because I have a friend who has reserved it for when I am done. Ooh, look at that glare. Owe them all. It says, we don't know them all, but we owe them all. So, and I found a very pretty, this is Anubis from Under the Sea Fabrics. 28 count Lugana, because that's the one I was doing last year. I feel like it's really close. Let me get a little closer. It's really close to the called for, like in color. The called for is 40 count silk gauze. Ha, no. It doesn't say the color. Provided. Wasn't provided in mine. Anyway, but that's all good. I really like Anubis. This is one of Leslie's. I know it was a color of the month. I don't know if it made it to the actual line at the end of the year. And I have the colors on the floss card. I'm trying to switch to floss cards because it makes it easier for me to see what color I'm out of more quickly. So it's one of those things, as I start new projects, I transition over to it. Excuse me. Floss cards is one thing, and I was planning on changing bags too, but I'm just kitting up way too many things right now, so you may see a mixture of bags, but I haven't switched because I was thinking about completely switching to these bigger ones. Maybe eventually, I don't know. So the next one again is, I meant to pull the actual pattern, but so you didn't have to look at the chart, but it's just words. It's family blessing. Having somewhere to go is home. Having someone to love is family. Having both together is a blessing. I saw this charted, or actually stitched up at Keepsakes and had to have it. Look where the other piece of Anubis went. I felt like it was really good for this one too, based on what it stitched on on the cover of the pattern. It calls for some Weeks Dye Works, which I bought. This is Bordeaux. It's a rich wine color. Very beautiful. And then just a dark brown. In fact, I may get rid of this floss card and just have some strands in there, because since it's only the two colors, I'm wasting an entire floss card there. And that's 32 count Joe Bullet. No, that's Lugana. Didn't I say it was Lugana? I don't know. I need to go double check my facts there. Yeah, it's 28 count Lugana. I need to fix my project record there. Okay, the next one I have is one I won from Michelle Bendy Stitchy a long time ago. This is Growth Rings by Ink Circles. Try not to get that glare of that light. And the way I decided to do this, instead of having whatever the called for colors are, there was only two. They were variegated flosses. I went and picked my own two. I wanted something bright. You know, my nose hasn't bothered me all day until I started doing this. Because I have this Hecate for 32 count linen from Under the Sea Fabrics. So I figured, since the color, this was dark but busy, that I wanted to go a little more simple on the colors I'm stitching with. And so I got some nice yellows. We got Golden Star by Classic Colorworks and Sunflower by Classic Colorworks. So put that in there. And I actually do have the actual pattern here too. It was one of her tore out of a magazine things. So I've had this one kitted up for a while, so I'm kind of hoping it comes up in as one of the things to get started next month, just because it's been lingering. Next, I have Life is a Witch by Pickle Barrel Designs. Life is a witch, and then you fly. That one cracks me up. And this is probably one I need to trim the fabric, because I don't think I'm going to need all of this. 32 count linen in Astraeus by Under the Sea Fabrics. It's just a nice, pretty purple. I need like a yard of this, because I have so many things I want to put on purple, and it's a very nice purple. Because purple is one of my favorite colors. And the colors in this will be 310, this will be white, and then pumpkin and marigold. I believe they're both Weeks Dye Works, which is why they're so short. Not sure what to think about that. I may switch it out with some of my Victoria mottos, because I have some really pretty oranges over there. that may happen. Next, this one I'm not even sure will go on my wheel. It's the Tiny Modernist Christmas Owl. Or not Tiny Modernist, Armada Designs Christmas Owl. Because I think my daughter wants to stitch it, and if she does, because they're tiny motifs, I'll switch it to Ada, but right now I just have a white even weave in there. Nothing special. So, but I do have the DMC all kitted up. It's ready to go whenever, if ever, whatever. So, next I have Blessed is the Life from Little House Needleworks. Trying to get my head out of the way is not easy. It says, blessed is the life that finds joy in the journey. I feel like that's very important and not something a lot of people know these days. Like, you got to be happy with what's going on right now or else you'll be depressed forever. On this one, I have no idea what the fabric is. Maybe I have it written down. It's nice neutral brown color there. Okay, let's see. 32 count linen from Lakeside Linen in Vintage Sand Dune. I don't remember where I got it, but there's that. And I have the threads for it all kitted up, so you can kind of see the colors there. Alright, next we have, this is actually 4 charts, because it's the Sing a Sampler series from Silver Creek Samplers. The Do, Re, Mi, Fa, So, where's Do? We'll just start with the first one. So, I'm still debating on this one how I want to do it, because I was going to do them all in a row. But then I saw somebody who did like Do, Re, the first 4 and then the second 4. Like, I really like that. So I need to do some thinking if this one comes up. So I have this on 32 count Jobelin in Galeen from Under the Sea Fabrics. It's just a real pretty blue. There's a little bit of purple and green in there, but it's super subtle. So not a lot of variegation in modeling. It's I love Galeen. It's one of my favorites. This is also what I'm stitching Forever and Ever on. I went back and I got it as Fabric of the Month, which is what I started Forever and Ever on. And then I went, when they were doing the voting at the end of last year, I bought another piece to hopefully get it on the line. And I don't remember which ones made it and which ones didn't. So, got Gentle Art Sable. And Endive. I only bought the specialty threads if it looked like I was going to use them enough to really need them. Okay, next is Tell as Old as Time by Rocking Horse Cross Stitch. I'll figure out the focus thing. I promise. This one, this fabric. Oh my goodness. It's Buttercup. 32 count Jobelin from Under the Sea Fabrics. I want to say this is one of the... I got this one because she was getting rid of it. Like, she's not going to carry this color anymore. It's a real soft, warm yellow. It's coming out a little brighter on the camera. There we go. Because of the light in here. So, I really like that. I need more of that. I don't think she carries it anymore. I'm going to take a quick drink because okay. Next is another Buttercup Designs. It's really small, so let me see if I can. I'm I'm gonna be doing this one. It's a cat and a duck. It's called Kitty with Duck. There's also a patriarch kitty. Oh man, I want to do all her stuff. I want to do it all. So, and it's kind of cute because it's raining. So I went with Incoming Storm 32 count Jobelin and this one needs to be trimmed because it's not that big. From Under the Sea Fabrics, because it's that blue, sky blue, but the gray, because it's a rainy, day. I just thought that was absolutely perfect. I need to remember to go in and measure that and trim it and serge it. I call it serging. I do it with my sewing machine, the whole zigzaggy thing on the edge, but it works. And, ooh, I bought the Weeks Dye Works for these. Sometimes I do. Most of the time I just substitute it in the DMC. So we got Meredith pink, Lucky is the green, and Father's Day is the blue. I really like that blue. I hope those are noticeable because they're really, really nice colors. I'm getting so excited for Maynia because I have all this stuff I wanted to start, and I've been good. I've only been starting on the 19th this year. For the new year, new start, this is 2019, so Stitch Mania every 19th. In fact, I'll show you here in a minute. I have one ready to go tomorrow. So I've been really good because I'm like, I feel like that's what makes Mania count. It's different than the rest of the year. I kind of do a second Mania in December with Flossmas, but this is where I get most of my starts in. So it gets exciting, which is why, like, Vicky at Reading and Stitching is considering doing a year starts next year because it's leap year, and I want to join her. But then, like, Mania won't have any meeting because I'm starting new things every day all year. So I can't decide. I keep going back and forth. I think I'll just keep kidding things and we'll see where I'm at the end of the year. How's that sound? So this next one is actually 3. Eventually I will separate, or it's 4. Sorry, it's 4. I will eventually separate it into separate bags as they get spun. But at the time I didn't have any extra bags to spare, so I put them all in one so I could keep kidding things. So first we've got, I'm draining like bad all of a sudden. Irony. This is the laundry series by Hands On Design. We got Irony. So it says, Irony, the opposite of wrinkly. I really like these. They're so cute. Laundry, the never-ending cycle. If that is not the truth, I don't know what is, because, oh man. And self-service, loads of fun. And the color, I wish they had the color versions because they're like grays and teals. I'm actually, after discovering these, is when I came up with the inspiration for how, when I finally get around to, painting walls in this house and making it my own, I've decided I want my laundry room to be a light gray. There's a 4th one because each one of those came with a little mini piece that I'm going to stitch all 3 of them together, and it says wash, dry, fold, I believe. And so there's actually 4 patterns, and I'm doing them all on the same fabric because I plan on hanging them together. And this is, ooh, I'll be able to show you some colors. 32 count Lagana in Storm by Picture This Plus. I got it from 123 Stitch. It's just a nice soft gray, or medium gray. I would say probably medium. I really like it. And then so here's the colors. Kind of hard to see with that white, but there's like teal, dark gray, and like a green and white. So this is one I really want to get started because I I act like I'm gonna actually, you know, do something with them once I stitch them. But in my head, I'm going to make them into pieces that I hang in my laundry room. Someday. This one is Merry & Bright from Country Garden Samplings. It's the second in the Songbird series. Forever and Ever is the first one. I went ahead and got the second one kitted up. It is, does it say on the front? Oh, I cut it off. I want to say it's like a finch and mistletoe, but anyway. So for this one I have Dryad. It's an under the sea fabric. You'll hear that a lot. 28 count Lugana. So there's that one. Look at these colors. These. Sorry about that. Cats are playing. Green and burgundy and gold. I love those colors. I would stitch anything with those colors. It's amazing. So. Next, and I have to say, while I was kitting up a couple more things, just because I had some extra fabric, I had the time, and I was watching. I put in Stitch Mania 2019 into the search on YouTube to try and find some new people maybe. And I did. I followed 2 new people, and I'm sorry I don't have their names with me. But one of them was going to do this one too. It's Which Better Have My Candy from Frosted Pumpkin. Because I'm just so easily entertained. Okay. Now this is a piece of fabric I got. So... in case you didn't know, about 3 years ago, a little over 3 years ago, no, 5 years ago, 5, 6, I don't know, it's been a while. So anyways, we had just moved down here. I had just really got involved in counted cross stitching, and I had went to the store like 2 weeks before this and bought fabric and floss, and I mean, I had this whole big bag of stuff. It was the beginnings of my stash, and our house burned down. We were staying with my father-in-law, and it was his home, and it burnt to the ground. Well, a bunch of people, I think I was in Cross Stitch and Discuss number 2, offered to send me just, you know, extra stuff that they had to start to get me back on my feet, which was super generous, and I can't say enough how thankful I am for this community. And this is like one of those remnants I got, and I have no idea what it is. I could tell it's a linen. I love the soft green. Let me pull it back here so you can see it better. Not so washed out. If this doesn't scream Easter, I don't know what does. But I'm going to use that for Which Better Have My Candy. And here's the flosses for it. This one I might have to change out because it might match the fabric too well. And those. I'm about to have to go lock the cats out because they are getting just a little rambunctious near my tripod. So that's that one. I have no idea where we're at. We're at 30 minutes. Y'all, this is going to be over an hour. Sorry. So this one, was a free one we got at StitchCon. It's Fireworks on the 4th by Stone Street Stitchworks. And I am doing it on another remnant that came with that green one. It's a blue. It's coming out really bright with that light. And look at these colors. I love 4th of July colors. They're just absolutely amazing. So what I do when I kit up typically is I'm trying to get into possibly doing some color changing, but I put 2 or 3 strands on these floss cards, and that way I don't have to have a bobbin for everything. And So this one is one I got at StitchCon. It is Leaves of Change by Tell Emblem. And that flower is a clematis. So apparently there's a limit to what my camera will record before it stops. So I was showing you Leaves of Change by Tell Emblem. And I am doing this on 32 count linen in Black Forest by Picture This Plus. It's a double dip navy that's so dark that it's almost black. So, which is what, you know, the way that they have it charted, if I can, you see it's bright colors on that dark fabric. And it's one of the things that drew me to it. So I definitely didn't want to stray, excuse me, far from the color. And here's the, it's always got a cry neck. I'm going to get this eventually. One cry neck. I feel like there was something else. Anyways, so. Oh, and then the little emblem. But I won't be putting the emblem. I'm going to stitch the outline of where it would be and then put in probably the year or something like that in there. This next one, I brought the actual chart so you can see. I split it. It's charted like this is one big one. I've split it into 4. I'm going to make each individual friendship season. I got this from Hanan. Yeah. From Stitching Misfits. I won one of their giveaways. And again, I have them all in one, but eventually they will go into each their own bags. And I'm just doing them on this. Oh man. It's Ada. Fiddler's Ada. That's what it is. Fiddler's Ada. And so I have all 4 of those set up. Now this one may not go into separate bags actually because I had put them all on one floss card. So maybe that's why I had put them all in one bag. But they each have their own project record. So there's that. Okay. Next is these Britter kit. Another Britter Cup designs. I'm telling you, I love everything. I was watching Cheryl at Tranquil Stitches Maynia the other day, and she had one of their designs from a magazine. It's a poinsettia ornament. I wrote it down. I gotta go find it because I love Britter Cup. So for this one, first I'm gonna do What a Turkey. I had planned on starting this on for the turkey sale last year and then never got around to it. This is their monthly series, so this is November. I know Jennifer Upton Stitches, Jennifer Upton, she just did Marches, and Marches, it was like a luck one, and then the April one is an Easter one. Anyways, I want to get them all eventually. I may have to message her and see if we can swap when we're both done. Anyway, so this is November. What's it called? What a Turkey. And this one I asked for some help on what linen or what fabric to use. And Michelle Bendy Stitchy suggested Aztec Red from Weeks Dye Works. Now it is coming out a little brighter than it actually is, but it's still pretty close. Pretty close there. So I have that one. Next is, and Carly, I Stitch What I Want, just finished this one. She did such a beautiful job. Like, I almost don't want to do it now because hers was so pretty. Mine will not even compare. But this is Wedding Row by Brent Creek. It says, Of My Love Be Sure. And I swapped one of the colors because I'm going to try and make it pop. I'm going to put it against this really dark fabric. This is, I forgot to write it down. Look, I even sewed the little piece of paper on there so I could write it and then hadn't written it. Barnwood by Picture This Plus. And then, let me see if I can do this. I'm gonna move y'all just a little bit. Because I need 15 hands and I only have 2. Oh man, I don't have it. Okay. So, some of the colors. Got old red paint. Now it was supposed to have old blue paint too, but I changed it out for this Color and Cotton Kings Blue Light. And then, so these colors are white. So I think it'll pop. I think it'll pop against the fabric. We'll see. I may be wrong and have to change fabric and whatever, but you don't know until you try. So now, because these are longer ones, and I believe that's 32 count Lagana. I didn't write it down. I'm slacking, man. I'm slacking. Okay, because those are long and thin, what I was actually able to do was take one piece of what I get, I believe it's 18 by 27 piece of fabric, and just cut it in half long ways. And so the other half is going into Stars and Stripes by Creek, because all these measure around the same, and I actually have a couple more that I want to kit eventually. I have sugar cookies already started. So here's the other piece of Barnwood. It is 32 count Lagana from Picture This Plus. I get it from Crazy Annie's, the monthly fabric. This one actually needs to be serged. And then the colors for it, they're a little darker, but haha, this way. But I still think they're gonna look good. Again, we'll see. If I have to change fabric midway through, no harm, no foul. Alright, next I have Spring from, I'm gonna figure this out eventually. From Country Cottage Needleworks. Spring. And I am doing it on some of the most loud fabric. This is 32 count Belfast. It doesn't have a name. Color Cascades. No, I'm sorry. Fantasy Dyed Fabrics. Apparently doesn't name their fabric. But, so it's pretty loud. But I only need a small piece, so I think I'm going to pull it out of this blue area. So it looks like sky behind it. I got this from Belinda, Aussie Stitcher. I believe it's a fabric of the month for her, but I'm not positive. So there's that one. I need to cut it and serge it and all that, but eventually, right? Eventually. So then this one, it's a pattern. It didn't have a cover page, or it does. It does. It's like that small. I can't even get it to there. That small. So this is like, it only has 2 colors in it. It's a Paseo Ricamo. I'm sorry if I'm butchering that name. Fairy Celebration 2015. I got these from a friend. I have several years, so I'll be doing them as it comes. So the nice thing about something like this, where it's only a couple colors, is I can pretty easily swap out any specialty threads that I have. So this is another fabric that Belinda, Aussie Stitcher, sent me. This is from Color Cascades. It's Candle Bright. 32 count even weave. So it's like a pink sparkly. And then I have this Silks for You. I don't remember if it has a color, but it's like a darker purple and a brighter purple. So I'm going to do the fairy in that, and then the border in Moselle Lilac. I got these from EJ. EJ Creates. So there's that one. Oh. Next, I have Birds to the Bow. To the Bows. And I'm going to be doing this one on a light pink. This is Sane 32 count Jobelin from Under the Sea Fabrics. It was a piece I bought when it came to voting in December. That cut's a little wonky. 32 count Jobelin, yeah. So I'm gonna do it on this light pink color. I figure the other color should pop against it pretty well. Okay. Next is Key to My Heart by Stitchrovia. And this one, I kind of went extreme with, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Again, Color Cascades Mystery Fabric of the Month for March 2017. I got this from Belinda Aussie Stitcher. It's a bright, like almost red. I bet red was the intention. It's a bright pink to red color. It's coming out more red on the screen, actually. So, this is the background. Because, again, there's two colors in there. So then, we're going to do a dark, this is dark truffle. It's like a purple brown color. Kind of close to 3371, I would say. There's some variegation in there you can't really tell on camera. And then Victoria Motto's Kansas Sky. So like a silver color on red. I think it'll turn out really nicely. Really nice. Okay. There's that. Alright. This one is May Your Spools Always Be Full and Your Needles Always Be Sharp. It's a free one we got from Sue Hillis at StitchCon last year. Like the littlest picture ever. And for this one, I'm doing it on 28 count even weave aged goldenrod by Dixie Sampler. Dixie Sampler hand dyed fabrics. So it's just a gold tan color. And I haven't done the threads yet on that one. Alright. Next, okay, so April 19th was supposed to be my next Harry Potter start for the year. But I need something else to start before that, and I'll explain why here in a little bit. So I will let one Harry Potter become a Maynia start if it comes up on the wheel. If not, then I'll just start it at some point. This one is I Solemnly Swear that I'm up to no good. I am doing Gryffindor colors because I'm actually sorted into Gryffindor, even though I'm pretending to be a Slytherin for School of Magical Stitches. This is NYX. I think because it's Jobelin, it didn't model really, and so I probably should have went with linen because it was more what my brain was thinking. And I may get a piece of linen because I'll see Leslie next month and swap that out. But if not, this is a pretty gray. The linen version is richer and more modeled. So there's that. My stuff's all falling. Love Makes a House a Home. This is by Country Cottage Needleworks. And I know this is Apollo. 32 count linen in Apollo by Under the Sea Fabrics. It's coming out way brighter. Hold it back here. It's really close to Buttercup. Not quite as soft. A little more loud. But... And actually, a piece of that... So, there's enough fabric there for that and a Biscornu that I want to do. But I'm going to take it one at a time. I'm not going to cut the fabric that much right now. This is another possible Harry Potter start. This is Wizards and Witches Welcome. I added a bunch of stuff here at the end, so my papers are now out of order. So I've got to kind of jump around here. The ones that aren't in, okay. So, Wizards and Witches Welcome, Muggles Tolerated. I think that's so cute. I'm going to definitely hang that right by my front door. And I'm doing that on this bright red. This is Weeks Dye Works 30 count linen in Liberty. It is red, y'all, and I love it. And I figure I'm gonna do dark threads on it for that one. That one should stitch up pretty fast. Okay, another possible Harry Potter start. This is my last one. So I made 4 for the year. I was gonna do 1 per quarter, and so then the next time I'll draw one or do one is like July, I think. This one was an Etsy design. It didn't have a name. So it says, we defended the stone, we discovered the chamber, we rescued the prisoner, we were chosen by the goblet, we joined the order, we learned from the prince, and we mastered the hollows. So it's a little bit about each book. So I'm calling it a book collab, because since it did have a title. This is on 28 count Lugana in Wicked from Sunny Dyes Fabrics. This is another one I got from Belinda Aussie Stitcher. It's some purples and oranges and just looks kind of witchy and wicked. And there's going to be so many different colors on it that that's not really going to matter much. So, you can't tell from the black and white, but there's a lot of color. Next is Lizzie Kate's A Brother. A brother shares childhood memories and grown-up dreams. And I am doing, I don't know what fabric this is. It's 32 count linen, but I don't remember the name. I had started Santa's Village from Soda Stitch on here. In fact, I didn't pull out the word village. But it won't take up that much space anyway. And I don't remember what the color is. It's like a gray, sparkly. I got it from a shop and I didn't apparently keep good records about that. So, okay, so this one was one I started before. I had I don't know if I thought I was supposed to stitch it 1/1 or I miscut the fabric. I don't know. So we're starting it over. This one does have a designated day because I started it for Maynia last year, and since I'm restarting it, I'm going to start it on the same date as if I were working on it like a whip. But I completely changed it. So, here's the cover. It's Fall Pumpkin by Alessandra Adelaide. So it's charted in really pretty oranges on, well, they had it on white. I was doing it on a dark burgundy. When I decided to restart it, I decided to change it up completely. So I'm making the fabric, the loud part. So this is Pele's Fire by Under the Sea Fabrics in 32 count Jobelin. I'm going to make sure it sits like right in the middle of all that. And then I chose dark colors instead of, apparently I haven't redone that yet. But I'm going to do it in dark colors. I have them written down on my little sheet. So instead of orange on whatever, it's going to be dark colors on orange. So I'm anxious to see how that turns out. I could be totally crazy and it's going to look like bad. Alright, and then next we have, my daughter loves Hecate. Okay, note to self, when the battery runs out, maybe you should empty the card too. So that's what happened there. Sorry, I should have adjusted this before. Okay, so I was telling you that she liked the vibrant fabric, the Hecate fabric, which I showed you earlier. So she wanted me to stitch a unicorn on it. And so here's the unicorn. And it says, ew, people. But that unicorn was too cute to pass up. That's from an Etsy shop. I'm not sure which one. Maybe I'll have that information when I'm doing the daily vlogs. I don't know. So then next, I got that over there. We have Haunted Mansion Sal by Tiny Modernist. I got this in time to do the Sal with everybody else. And then just didn't. So I am doing this on 32 count linen in Lycan's Moon by Under the Sea Fabrics. It's this, I'm telling you, I like the purple for Halloween things, and it's got that gray in there. Makes it pretty spooky. So there's that one. Ready to go. Okay, these next few I just kitted up, so they're not going to be quite as put together as those. And several of them will be using the same fabric. So this is Doubloon by Picture This Plus. It was my fabric of the month for March from Picture This Plus, 32 count Lugana. I'm going to cut this 3 ways. So if I cut it in half and I take this half and I cut it in half, I can do 3 projects on it. The first one is, that's not the right project. Wow. I got my stuff all out of order. Is Needleworker by Little House Needleworks. So that one will take the half that doesn't get split in half. It'll need the whole thing. And then Kathy Barrick's Good Intentions. So those two will both be done on the doubloon, along with the one I'm going to start on the 19th, which I'll explain in a minute. So there's those 2. Next I have, okay, so this one's half ready. I need a second piece of this fabric. I got the fabric as a fabric of the month from Picture This Plus, and so I'll need another piece in order to get through all of the hands-on design year of celebrations. These will also eventually each be in their own whatever. So I decided to do these on Brash by Picture This Plus. It's a little bit darker than what you're probably typically seeing people stitch it on. And of course that's 32 count Lugana. And so I need to cut and serge all the pieces and have it all ready to go. I have all the project cards already in there, ready to go. We're getting close to the end, I promise. This is Mean Mother by Lizzie Kate. Because I am definitely, oh my goodness, y'all can ask my kids. This describes me to a T. It says, how to be a mean mother. Never allow treats instead of a real meal. I only allow treats after a real meal. Know where her kids are and who they're with. Make kids work. Laundry, dishes, chores. Insist on the truth. Produce sensible teens. What the world needs is more mean mothers and fathers too. So our kids do chores. I want to know where they are, what they're doing. I don't let them free roam. I mean, I let them have some freedom to go places. I just need to know where they're at. I'm hoping I'm producing sensible teens. We're not quite there yet. So this is, I'm doing this on 28 count Opal Lugana from Under the Sea Fabrics in the colorway Gaia. So it's just a peachy pink with some sparkly in there. So there's that. And this one you can't really see. It did not print very well at all. It is Silver Creek Samplers. It's called Olivia something I can't pronounce. It says, she wears a dress scarlet red and orange leaves from overhead that sparkle with a frosty something. I can't read. It's too light. Glow. With a frosty glow, soon buried in a winter's snow. So it's an autumn piece. And I'm going to do it on 28 count even weave in sunset. Sunset. I called it sunset. This is one I dyed recently. I never got a chance to show y'all. It's still a mess because I haven't cleaned it up. And I didn't do it exactly right, so there's dye spots. But I don't really care about that sort of thing. But I thought it came out really pretty. This was my first attempt at ice dyeing. The reason I have dye spots is because I didn't have enough ice. So when I sprinkled the dye on there, some of it got on the fabric directly. So, like, there's a big one right there in the middle. But I think the autumn colors will look really good on that. And I feel like it looks like a sunset. Ooh, the back's really bad. You could tell which side was up, maybe. Because there are splotchy splotches all over it. It's okay. I don't care. I'm not that type of person. And I haven't ironed it, as you can see. And it's got all the hangy things. But I did the edges so the hangy, so it shouldn't continue to, what do you call that? Fray. It shouldn't continue to fray. We'll see though. Maybe I'm just more full of myself than I thought. Okay. Lastly, well, not last, completely lastly. I have a few, and I'm not going to show you all these because they're not, you don't need to see that. I have a few Mill Hill kits just as I've never done a Mill Hill. So I bought a few, stuck them in here, and if they ever come up, they come up, right? So we got Sleigh Ride. I need to find a way to get out of the picture. Sleigh Ride. Evergreen Sleigh. So I thought that was cute. I'm going to drop a whole bunch of stuff everywhere. I got I Love to Sew. We've got candy canes. We've got, oh, this was one Sherry Burkett sent me. It's a little ornament called Snow. And then another Mill Hill Snowy Owlet. So I've got those in here, just, you know, not that I really need them. But, oh, and I've got several things in here where I'm going to start kitting for Flossmas next year already. I'm getting ready. I've already picked out some stuff. Because I'm trying to, like I did this last year, diversify. So it's not just Christmas ornament. It's every holiday or season or whatever. So there's that. I do not have a cover for these. They came out of a magazine, Just Cross Stitch, October 2014. They're both on this, oh, it's from Under the Sea Fabrics, 28 count Lugana in Dreamsicle. They're both on that, and one is called Spooky and the other is called Which Way. I kitted these a long time ago, beginning of last year, because I was going to start an ornament every Friday all year long. Yeah, that didn't go. That didn't happen. So those are ready to go. And then these two, this one has been UFO'd for a long time because I just don't, I can't get rid of it because I'm too far along. But it's just not really my cup of tea anymore, like at all. So, but since it was a Maynia start 2 years ago, I figured I can at least pull it out on Maynia. Maybe eventually I'll get it finished. This is Nest is Blessed. Yeah, see, I feel no joy holding it right now. It was the back stitch, man. That back stitch was it was horrible. Horrible. Okay, so there's that. It will come out during its Maynia day. And then this one again is another restart. So Since it was Maynia start, I'll start it the same day that it was started last year. But I'm restarting it completely. This is the Living with Charm series by Lizzie Kate. And I'm doing it on the same fabric that it went so horribly wrong. I screwed up so bad. I figure I will turn this into something. In fact, I just had a neat idea. So I'm going to finish it up. It just needs a little bit more. And I'm going to turn it into a small. I figure I'll flip the fabric around and start all over. And so I want to do them. I was not liking where it was going. Like, I did the border all the way around. I wasn't supposed to do that. Because it's supposed to go around all of them, not just around Dream. I had it so screwed up that rather than frogging it out, because it's also 1/1, I would just completely restart it. So, I'm doing the same with Santa's Village. As soon as I find a fabric that'll work for it, and it's not a high priority. I've got so many other things that are called to me so much more than that one that I'm not really worrying about it. So that was everything I currently have kitted up. 19 of those will go into Maynia this year. Maybe 20 if maybe I'll finish something else before then. Who knows? So on the 19th of this month, oh, where'd I put it? I am going to be starting this. It's by Barefoot Needle Art, which is Amy and Memory. The Current Situation. I saw this on one of their recent videos and decided I had to stitch it for our reunion this year. If you were here last year, you know that I worked all year to stitch Monopoly, and I auctioned it off at our family reunion. This one's smaller, so I'm going to start it now and have it done by June, even if that means I have to dedicate more time to it than I normally do. I may make some changes. I have messaged them to make sure that it's okay that I speak of those changes. If not, then you'll see it before the changes and I just won't show you the changes. We'll see. So I'm going to start that one on the doubloon. Because see, it looks like sand, you know, on the edge of the lake. And yeah. So why does it have two? Okay, so that one will get started soon. So those are my Stitch Mania plans. I need to go over, real quick before I let you go, the whips that will be worked on during Mania this year. Okay, so here's what we got going on. May 1st, Mini Phantom of the Masquerade, Heaven and Earth design. I started it in Mania 2017, so it will continue on May 1st. May 2nd is open. May 3rd is open. May 4th is at our house. The version that I'm doing for someone else, I should have that finished before next month. So I may have another opening there. The 5th is open. The 6th is Dash Away. The 7th is open. The 8th is open. 9th is open. 10th is open. 11th is open. 12th, maybe I need to recount. The 12th is Owl Dad. 13th will be restarting Fall Pumpkin. 14th is working on Nest is Blessed. 15th is open. 16th is Welcome to Christmas. 17th is House Targaryen. 18th is Autumn Wreath. 19th is Mira Mask. 20th is open. 21st is Fairy Tale Lands 1. 22nd is Miss Lily Daggerwing. The 23rd is open. 24th is when I will restart Living with Charm. The 25th is open. 26th is open. 27th is Time for God by Lizzie Kate. 28th is At Our House, the one that's for me. The 29th is World Postage Stamp. The 30th is open. And the 31st is open. Sounds like somebody just pulled up to my house. So let's see. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, possibly 16? How'd I get 19? I don't know. Anyways, we'll see as it goes. I'll be doing a daily vlog that will be uploaded daily. Like right now, I do a daily vlog, but I upload it once a week. This one will be uploaded every day so that you can, you know, mania with me. Once again, now we went through a battery. Okay, so to tie this up quickly, I will be uploading a vlog every day so that you can mania with me. It just makes it that much more chaotic. And I can't wait to see what everybody's mania plans are. And let's hope we make it through. I know by the end of mania, I'm always like, I'm glad that's only once a year. So I am looking forward to it. I kind of wish I could start everything that I just showed you. But I can't. So, or I could, but I'm not gonna. So anyways, that's the end of this video. Sorry it was so long and so many breaks. I've never really done it quite like this before, so you live and you learn. I hope y'all have a great stitching week, and I will see y'all soon.